Well, all right, people. So I want to talk about a new thing that WWE's been doing now. So I really didn't watch WrestleMania, but I did see little parts of it. I saw the Firefly Funhouse match and the Undertaker Boneyard match with AJ Styles. I just want to give my thoughts on this because Vince McMahon, I saw, he said that they want to do more of these pre-taped Hollywood type matches. And my first impression of it is I do not like them. I know a lot of people were saying that this was, they liked the Boneyard match. They liked the Funhouse match. I did not like the Funhouse match concept. The Boneyard match was okay because at least it had some wrestling in it. But my opinion of a wrestling match, like a wrestling match is a wrestling match. Like these had no resemblance of what a wrestling match should look like. Actual, fighting, live fighting, not a pre-taped, pre-recorded, pre-made bullshit thing with, director's cuts and, it's like a total fight out of a Hollywood movie. Like if I want to see that, I'll just watch a fucking action movie on Netflix. I mean, it's not wrestling to me. This is totally foreign to what a wrestling match should be. I get that they're doing it now because there's no audience, but then Vince McMahon says there's going to be more of them. I hope he just means during the pandemic. There's going to be more of them, and once they get back to normal, they'll go back to normal. But, I don't know. It just didn't seem like a real wrestling match to me. It seemed more like a match out of a movie out of Hollywood, and I didn't really like that. And especially the Firefly Funhouse bullshit. Because if you wanted to go in that direction, you should have done that, the whole Firefly Fun that happened in that match. You should have done all that shit prior to the WrestleMania match, and then at WrestleMania actually have some kind of match. Because WrestleMania, you're supposed to be wrestling. It's not supposed to be a storyline kind of thing. You're supposed to have the pre-build before the match, But, I really didn't watch much of WrestleMania. I saw little bits and pieces of those matches, and what I saw, I didn't really like, to be honest. It wasn't my cup of tea. I would have rather seen a wrestling match, not a, you look back at all the classic matches over the years, they're not these pre-taped, matches. They're actual live wrestling. And there's a big difference between a live wrestling match than a pre-recorded Hollywood fight. So I really didn't care for it, but I just thought I would give my thoughts on there since Vince McMahon said he would be doing more of those. And I understand why. It's probably because they could control it better. You could edit out shit. If you didn't do something right, then you could just do it again, right? But the whole point of wrestling and what makes wrestling unique is that it's live. There are botches, which are not fun to watch. It's, makes you kind of squirm when there's a botch, but that's part of being live. There's fuck-ups, but it's also pretty amazing how these wrestlers can 99% of the time go out there live and get it right on the spot and do some great shit. Now with a Hollywood movie or a TV show, it's, you could do it as many takes as you want till you get it right. But there's something just unique about a wrestling show where it's live. They gotta do shit on the spot. You gotta improvise. You gotta feed off the crowd and see what they want. I was watching Hogan and Rock talk about how they did that at WrestleMania, how they improvised, with the crowd, fed off the crowd. But when you do a pre-made thing, you can't feed off the crowd because it's pre-recorded. So I really hope that, and I know there's no crowd now, but I really hope they don't do this in the future. The Boneyard match, I can tolerate that because, again, there's no crowd and there was actual wrestling in there. But the Firefly Funhouse match, I did not care for because there was hardly any wrestling. And it told the story, but the story is something you got to tell before the match, not during the match. You have to tell the story with wrestling moves, not with promos during the match. Matches should not be promos, people. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that.